Just a moment. So welcome everyone. This is our weekly call with Dr. Alex Loyd and Dr. David Peck, myself, Johanna Chan, and we call this All Lives Matter. This is under the umbrella of the whole life healing of Alex. So we're going to start in just a moment. I'm going to let guys free in a moment, but let me read this disclaimer first. This presentation is for education and informational purposes only. And since we're going to be talking about issues of health and well-being, we wanted to make sure that you understand this information is not intended to heal or cure anything. Everything in the presentation are the opinions of Dr. Alex Loyd, Dr. David Peck, myself, or maybe you if you choose to share. You should always check with a licensed healthcare provider about any specific health concerns you may have. All right, take it away, guys.
I'm Dr. Alex Loyd, and first of all, I know I sound like a frog. I've been talking nonstop for 9 days. I'm fine. I'm not sick. I'm just hoarse. The good-looking guy in the green is Dr. David Peck, double board certified surgeon at Columbia Presbyterian, over 20 years professor, Columbia Presbyterian, 50 clinical published papers, 2 United States patents. And for the height of his credentials, one of the more humble, giving, kind men I've known, who has those kind of credentials and place in society that really most people say those people are our gods, okay? And that may not be great, but it's still the truth. Well, David's at the very top of that place, but he does not remotely act like he is God. He is a wonderful man. And I still can't believe that he's here wanting to help me with this thing, but I'm so grateful. Dave, I'm excited about this topic. Do you want me to start or do you want you to start?
I mean, I could just say a couple words. Okay, so this is it's my honor to be here and to be involved with something that is so important, I believe, to all people, all of us, especially all of us who have been raised up in an environment that was not always conducive to emotional balance and well-being. And the training that we received, I like to tell people, I believe that we've been trained to hate and shame ourselves, and so these tools and this program is I think one of the major keys to freeing us, unlocking us, freeing us emotionally from that bondage that I call slavery, essentially slave to our emotions, that will free us and allow us to choose love and to be in that, to move into that direction. Because when we get triggered, our emotions, it's like telling someone, don't be angry. You can't just tell someone not to be angry. They're triggered, they're emotional, they're not accepting anything. That's why these tools are critical, because they allow people to have that freedom to be able to make a choice in any situation. Anyway, so I'm rambling as usual, but so this topic, I'd like to try to focus on, I know Alex has had so much success, and especially with an older generation. And I'd like to say we need to focus on the younger generation, my kids' generation.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the college age, because there's been so much, I think, programming also that's occurred, and that's where this topic came from. So a couple of weeks ago, we did FOMO, which is a modern concept of fear of missing out. So we talked about this. So this week, I'd like to talk about a topic, or this is the other name for this program, is picking Dr. Alex's brain, sessions,
or the Dr. David confession time.
Confessional call. That was a former title. Okay. So this is something that I really noticed in my kids, honestly, because it seems to be a real pressure on them to groupthink, sort of not disagree with whatever was decided by the group. And it's about cancellation. They call it cancel culture. Well, you're afraid there's a possibility you could be totally ostracized and banished from the group, and that's cancellation. So I call this fear of cancellation, or FOC, F-O-C. Okay, so whatever. Okay, so fear of cancellation or being canceled.
FOC, not the other one,
FOC, yeah, FOC, F-O-C, FOC. Okay, so that's the topic for today, and I'd love to hear all of Dr. Alex's thoughts on that. I believe that it's part of the humility category, and it is the psychological basis for peer pressure. So, and there's one other thing that I want to mention, and it's a little bit of an initiative. It's related. It's not exactly related to this, and I can save this for later before maybe.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Good.
Go ahead.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is something I'd like to call this the Dr. Peck's Fried Chicken Initiative. So, initiative within the larger movement. Okay. So, Fried Chicken Initiative. Now, this is directed towards all of those, tough guys out there. You see them out there, they're like real intimidating, and, they're kind of scary, these tough guys that are essentially afraid, and I understandably, to face their own childhoods and their memories. I talked about mine a lot. Alex has talked about his. It's not easy, but I'm constantly looking for ways to motivate people to take the dive, take a chance. What do you got to lose? Give it a shot, take a look at it. And the one that I had talked about before was with a friend of mine from Colombia, where I actually used coercion, to get him to, sometimes that's what it takes. But this is something that came to me, with this Fried Chicken Initiative. So you see that person, and you want to convince him that, this is for your kids, this is for your family. You won't have to bully them as much, everything like that, to try to get through them. Do what you can to try to get to look them straight in the eye and say, I understand, but this is the message I have to you, to make that effort and, make that choice and do that healing. And it goes like, you look them right in the eye and you go like this.
I'm taking a clip of what you just did and posting it everywhere.
Anyway.
Oh, were you done?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. Cancel culture is a big issue to me now, and it's been a big issue in my life. I would say my first experience with it was being the baby of the family. And whenever the family was having a discussion and I spoke up, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes whatever I said was discounted because of my age and, oh, he's just a kid. When I really thought it was a good idea, and there were a few times that happened that I was canceled by someone in my own family. And then that is what we ended up doing. And I'm like, that was my idea. Yet I never got credit. And then when I was going to school during the years when I was made fun of for my weight and stuff, it was a similar thing by my classmates. Is I would say something and I would be discounted because I'm chunky. That was my nickname. I'm chunky. I'm not, Chunky doesn't know anything. He's just a little fat kid. But one of the more painful ones actually was when I first started the healing codes, and we had some pre-post medical testing, but we didn't have any double-blind studies. And I had a number of professional skeptics that came out in their websites and things like that. And I mean, they just said awful things about me. I mean, awful things that you wouldn't say to anybody unless you were just trying to hurt them. And I remember one of them, and they may still have this. They had a quack meter. And one of the things that hurt, but still I kind of liked, was that I was like at the top of their quack meter. I was like a 98 out of 100 on their quack meter. And one of those guys recently posted on our Facebook and was saying, oh, this doesn't do anything. This is just placebo. This is a fraud. He's just trying to rip people off, stuff like that. And so we responded very kindly, you know, thank you for your comment, but we had 15 double-blind studies over these issues, and name the issues, and 2 comparison studies, all posted in peer-reviewed journals, etc. And the person came back very angry. Yeah, right. Where are your 15 double-blind studies? So we put them right there. I said, here they are, read them. Never heard another word. But here's the thing that always got me, and I've never found an exception to this. There was never a retraction by any of those people. If they found out they were wrong about canceling me, and I know some of them did, including this last Facebook person, they never made it right. They never said, oh, wow, okay, well, I didn't know that. Okay, sorry, you do have data. So it's just, it's sort of like the thing where, you know, a newspaper reports something about someone that ruins their life on the front page that's not true. But then when they find out it's not true, there's either no retraction or it's on page 46 in fine print and no one ever sees it. So to me, it's an issue of judgmentalism, and it's an issue of unfairness, and it's an issue of trying to build myself up by pulling someone else down. It's an inferiority, superiority thing. So cancel culture has been a big deal to me in my life, and I think that's one reason I feel so strongly about it today. Now, people aren't making fun of me today because of my weight or whatever. And they've stopped calling me a quack, as far as I know, at least the ones that know about the studies. But nothing was ever done to try to make it right or set the record straight or any of that. And that's okay. But today, when I see other people who are just trying to live their life as best they can out there in the world, and they state an opinion or they state something that they're passionate about, and then they get jumped all over by people who are wanting to cancel them because they disagree with their opinion. It's almost become like, if you have an opinion now, you're a bad person. I mean, you're not judging. I mean, I agree, that's not a good thing to do. But it's almost gotten to the point, if you have an opinion that's different from someone's, they might hate you and think you're a bad person because of your opinion, and want to cancel you in some way. So I think it is a big issue in the world, but I think most people have a related issue in their heart and mind and life about themselves or their own life that needs to be healed in order to, you know, live the best life you can. Dave, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I just to add additional clarification is that the person who is doing the canceling, or the group that's doing the canceling, is exactly what Dr. Alex is talking about. That's, you know, putting them down, superiority, inferiority, and a humility issue related to that. And the person who is in fear of being canceled is also in the humility issue, because, you know, to be accepted. And so, you know, I would say that, you know, someone like you, Alex, have done the right thing by not being in fear of being canceled and stating your case, promoting your tools and your healing methods, etc., despite the fear of cancellation that exists and you actually experienced.
Yeah. Well,
so, but that's why you're free.
Well,
That's why you're
I didn't always embrace it, but I maybe I persevered. Maybe is the word.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Do
anyway.
you want to start?
Sure.
The show? Do you want me?
Okay. I can do it. I got it. Okay. So, we pray, we request that all destructive, negative cellular memories, unhealthy habits, addictions, false limiting beliefs, any relationship issues that are related to the fear of cancellation, either the person canceling or the person that is in fear of cancellation as part of the humility issue, that those issues be found, opened, and healed through love, light, truth, and God.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, and the first position now is both hands in the jaws for cancel culture and fear of being canceled, fear of cancellation.
And this is a devaluing. A devaluing is a word that just came to mind of something that is of value, which is every person on the planet.
Right. It almost seems like we're being told the opposite of what is valuable.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Okay, second position, left hand jaw, right hand temple.
And the cancelers are almost always angry.
Okay, third position, left hand temple, right hand Adam's apple. It seems to be becoming more clear who the angry ones are and who the ones that are acting out of hate and anger and who the ones that are acting out of love and light.
Right.
Okay, fourth position, both hands Adam's apple. Okay, back to position one, both hands in the jaws. We'll just do one more cycle. Second position, left hand jaw, right hand temple. Third position, left hand temple, right hand Adam's apple. And fourth position, both hands in the Adam's apple. Okay, that's 2 cycles.
Okay, trilogy, custom acupuncture points. Let's start with little finger, collarbones, temples, chin, little finger, side of the hand, eyebrows, middle of the chest, index finger, under the nose, under the arms, under the eyes, thumb, sore spot, under the nipples, 9G. Eyes open, closed, open, eyes down to the left, down to the right, circle your eyes, circle back. 1, 2,
1,
3,
2, 3,
4,
4,
5.
5.
Okay, left hand brain stem, right hand forehead. For about a minute. Slow, deep breaths from the stomach. All right, let's activate governing and conception vessel 3 times, please. 3 times. All right, hands over the heart, slow deep breaths, let the code process. When you're ready, note your 0 to 10, any change, and then when you're ready to come back, you can pick up here or you can go on and do another one now. And let me, Johanna, before we do questions, let me say one more thing I thought of while we were doing that. If you've experienced cancellation, which feels bad, you have more strength and power, I believe, than you know. I had a job one time and I found out that another worker there like me was lying to my bosses about me, to the point that they were thinking about firing me. And another person in management told me, he is lying to your bosses about you. And he was actually a little, higher ranked at that place than I was. But I went, knocked on his office door. He answered. And I mean, I got, like Dave was saying, looking him in the eye, I got like this close to him, a little bit into his personal space, looked him dead in the eye and said, I know that you have been telling the boss these things about me. Those things are not true. I'm not angry at you, but can you please talk to me about them? And I mean, as soon as I got in his space and locked on his eyes, he couldn't sit still. He couldn't look me in the eye. I mean, he went immediately into fight or flight. Okay. When you're full of love and you're acting in love, in courage, it scares the bejeebers out of the cancelers. Okay. They almost can't take it. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So, you got more power than you know. Johanna, I'm ready if we have any questions.
Okay, so let me check. If you have a question and you want to, you can raise your hand by pressing *9, or if you are online, you can type in a question, or you can raise your hand there. Just some comments. April is saying interesting, and then she said, "Tough to man up and admit they were wrong."
Well, and they may never admit they were wrong. Okay. Most of them don't.
That's where this comes in. That's where this comes in.
That's the sophisticated Dr. David fried chicken.
All right. So if you are on the phone, *9 is going to raise your hand. Or if you are online, you can click the raise your hand button. Let's see. Right now, we don't have anybody raising their hand just yet. And this is for questions or comments.
While they're thinking, Johanna, I was talking about this before I think most people came in. We have had a contact here in Nashville, Tennessee, where it looks like we're going to be invited to come into the Nashville Union Mission for homeless downtown and teach the healing codes and train a facilitator there to do them for the homeless people on a regular basis. And I tell you, nothing excites me like stuff like that, helping people that really need help. So once this gets off the ground, most of the cities probably where you guys live have something like that. And maybe, if this one gets off the ground and is successful, maybe they would be interested in that where you live. And if so, we would love to be a part of that and train them for free, the whole thing.
Yeah, this is so exciting. All right, so we don't have any hands up, which is unusual. Let me check one more time at the Q&A.
Johanna?
Yes.
What's your 2 cents on cancel culture and canceling?
It's hard to say anything more than what both of you gentlemen have already shared. I know this was a big thing for me growing up. Huge. I was so afraid of not being accepted. And
yeah.
I had a vow I made when I was in kindergarten that I would do anything it took almost to just be accepted and just be popular. And so I was just everybody's friend. And it wasn't until I was like, I don't know, maybe 16 or so that I started questioning, well, who am I? Why am I everything to everybody else? Who am I? Don't I have any value? And I really didn't think I did. It wasn't until I was actually came into a realization that there was a God and that I could have a relationship and that I have value, that I even discovered who I really was. So this was huge. And I think for most of us, it is huge.
Yeah, that being accepted, there's not much bigger than that.
Yeah. Okay, we have a hand up. I'm gonna ask Kevin to unmute your line.
Hi, Kevin.
Hello. Hey, what's going on, everybody?
All right.
How you all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm glad to hear
Good,
back
good,
from you,
good.
Kevin. I remember you from a few weeks ago.
Yeah. No, I just, I tune in every week now and stuff, and just try and compartmentalize, if that's the exact word, on exactly what it is that I, want to bring to the table, if you will, and kind of keep it in like one direction. But I have my little note section and stuff like that, like things that you know, this is more so just a comment thing and stuff like that along this journey. I've just been, I can say overall that I've been growing in that I'm gaining more patience and everything like that. You know, with my loved ones and trying to, you know, be this leader, if you will. I'll say my main things or comment even to this point, and I don't know, it's just give me like the little pits, like feeling in the pit of your stomach and things like that of like being the one, or quote unquote the one, and feeling like that chosen one, if you will, goes back to that whole good boy syndrome and everything like that that you speak of, Dr. David. And you know, just wanting to like the big thing that comes for me and stuff like that is like something bad's gonna happen after like something's good. Like I have like this, you know, this streak or anything like that, and it started off when I was young, even down to like playing, I don't know, video games or playing like squash and things like that too, and different competition things of like when I'm up and ahead and everything like that feeling bad type feeling or anything like that kind of sort of comes into play, and I almost like self-sabotage
Shooting yourself in the foot,
and
shooting
things.
yourself in the foot,
Yeah.
self-sabotage.
Yeah, exactly. And then like where it's all on me, and like kind of relieving that pressure and letting others, like, you know, like strive even when it comes to the whole cancellation, and you know, finding it hard to like generally wanting to celebrate others and their success and everything like that. And you know, that's what I'm like, you know, working towards and everything too. So like I said, it's not more so of like questions or anything like that, just kind of uh just a spiel, if you will. So I mean, I
Yeah.
appreciate you guys even listening, because it's just it's hard sometimes when I'm the one that's listening a lot too, to like, you know, my girlfriend or anybody's issues, and you know, like I guess trying to like navigate that to help them as well too, but realizing that, you know, me just like listening sometimes like helps and everything. So I would say like those, that's the main things that are just kind of like, you know, just like bugging me. But you know, also want to give that credit that, you know, I'm doing the work day in and day out, and kind of like scanning through the categories and seeing, you know, what comes up and everything like that. So you know, I just generally just want to just share that, and just thank you guys for, you know, the topics, and you know, sharing your stories, because each and every week it just lines up, and I can definitely find something that I just feel like just like weighs me down, and it's a pattern, and you know, just want to kind of be rid of that. You know, so just ultimately, you know, thank you guys, and I'm happy I can like, you know, join hands and share and just speak, and ultimately like heal and stuff, and I would love to show others how to do it too, because I definitely am stuck in that world where I, you know, it's quote unquote, in my opinion, my perception is bad or like negative news and anything like that. So, you know, just trying to, I don't know, help out in any way, shape, or form that I can. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Kevin,
Mm.
thank you. You're free to share it with anyone you want, you know, for free, and we'll help any way we can. And I'm gonna have to bug out. I'm sorry, but love you guys. Love you, David and Johanna, all of you here. And again, David and I, when we talked about doing this, we'd like to help 1 million to 1 billion people increase their emotional well-being by 100% or more in 1 year. And it doesn't matter when you start. And for most people, I think it'll happen before that. But if you increase your emotional well-being by 100%, other people will be asking you, what are you doing? And when you ask why, it's because they want some of it. So that's what we're trying to do, and we would love all of you to be involved, not following us, but doing it with us. So
And we're getting there.
getting there. Yeah. So thanks, Dave. Thanks, Johanna. Thank Kevin, all of you who are here. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you
bless
so
you.
much.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and shift gears. I'm going to stop the recording. So this part is not being recorded. And